I think it's a hugely positive thing that a number of countries, New Zealand, within India itself, and Ecuador, have designated particular ecosystems, rivers, and lakes, um, or basically conferred what's called personhood rights to them. That they have the rights to a right to exist equivalent to that of human beings. The importance of this is that a government that is basically defaulting on its obligation toward the protection of that system can then be taken to court, theoretically at least. I think that is surely a good thing. You basically have many states designate reservations, nature reserves. There are lists of species that are being threatened, both fauna and flora. And if governments are not taking their responsibilities seriously and they've provided for this sort of thing in law, then it's a good thing. They're holding themselves to a high mark. And that's the way we need to think about these things. We need rather more dramatic action, not just vague promises, goals set, targets agreed to, and then nothing happens. Yeah, they need to be squeezed by their own populations who will say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. If we have a certain species of bird life or wildlife, and that it's being threatened, I mean, it will disappear very quickly. You have an obligation to find a way to make it work. And this argument that it's either one or the other, that we either, spend money on the military or spend money on butter or bread, or, we need clever economists to think how it is that you sequence this to make it all work. It requires good governance. Good governance is hard. You need great competency within government machinery. Most governments don't have great competency all the way through. They have some really good, competent parts, and then there are less competent parts. And that has to change. We are really reaching a desperate level in terms of our future. And we need not just scientists and technologists, we need those who are thinking ethically about AI and thinking about where science is going and devoting it to these greater causes, as opposed to, fighting between each other over market share, continuing to plunder and pillage the globe as if it's inexhaustible when it is exhaustible. That has to sort of change. It's almost like, we have to emerge from being childlike into being something more mature if we're going to be worthy of continued life on this planet.